Business Booster, learn how simple tweaks can bring significant change to the future of your organization. For a business to be good, there are numerous right things that need to be done, like the promotion of your products or services, having a great pay structure that attracts gifted individuals, providing a buyer after sales service, and delivering everything on time. However, it is not simply by doing the correct things that your business will expand and produce. If you want your business to be successful, you have to ensure that you're doing the correct things correctly. Chapter 1. Your business needs leaders. A great business leader is a many-sided person who has a lot of strengths and capabilities. He may manage budgets, spearhead marketing campaigns, plan products, network with industry experts, and assess contract management software. He's dedicated, industrious, bright, and creative. However, even with all these admonitory qualities, a business leader is really only a leader if he likewise has one crucial trait: motivation skills. As a matter of fact, regardless your walk of life, if you seek to be a successful leader, you have to be able to motivate those individuals who follow your guidance. Leader basics: motivated people are more productive and cohesive. They likewise are more likely to be pleased with their job and less likely to look for work elsewhere. However, how may you motivate your people and accomplish these results? How may you make them as passionate about your business as you are? Here are a few hints. There are two general ways of expressly motivating individuals: positive bonuses and negative tactics. Utilizing positive motivation produces goals and incentives to which your people may strive. Negative motivation involves utilizing threats or fear of reprisal in order to accomplish productivity goals. Far too many people utilize a combination of the two in their attempt to motivate. This approach causes threats and incentives to cancel one another out and bring about counterproductive ends. For this reason, it's crucial to have a clear approach. Naturally, when deciding between the two, most experts would say that positive motivation nearly always works best. Along similar lines, motivation frequently rises when a collaborate work environment is furthered. While producing individualized incentives might breed stress and competition among people, group projects and targets may transform into productivity, cohesion, and more propelled people, even on an individual level. Bear in mind that a desire to construct a team culture ought to carry over into other areas. People who are good fit for the business ought to be sought out. People who detract from it, conversely, ought to probably be let go. Hopefully these tips may help you plan a suitable motivational approach. While a good business leader might be highly motivated, a great one needs to be just as capable of instilling that same spirit in his people. Chapter 2. Building a successful brand. The opening move to building a successful brand is to set a clear-cut brand vision and set of objectives, which ought to be aimed at the following criteria for a successful brand. Branding. 1. Distinction. Your brand has to be different. If you provide the same value at the same price, why would a consumer select you over your established rival? Your brand has to clearly convey this. 2. Added worth. Your brand has to add extra value to the buyer. Me Too products are alright as part of an extended product portfolio. However, if your buyers are to part with their money, they require added value, and this ought to extend right through to the entire product level, e.g. to include services. 3. Quality. If your brand and products are of inferior quality, you are able to forget brand allegiance. Regrettably, there are a number of rivals waiting to take your market share, and brand allegiance is becoming less common as rivals utilize all sorts of tricks to win over your buyers. Don't let pitiful quality be a reason for lost business. 4. Structured communications. With markets getting saturated, being memorable for the correct reasons is central to any brand success. Your promotional technique has to be tight. Sending one marketing email a month isn't adequate. You need an intermingled, through-the-line communications technique which keeps the momentum of your brand. 5. Direction and support. Individuals are the key to your business, and internal marketing ought to be a top precedence for any marketing manager. You are able to spend tens of thousands on your brand, all to be forgotten when a buyer pops up and your people haven't heard of the deal or offer. Invest time and cash in internal marketing and ensure you've a strong set of brand guidelines to support your people. 6. Origination. Innovation is more than simply a thought, it's about innovating products, procedures, structure, and your brand. Your buyer's needs are always shifting and your brand must respond to this. The product life cycle is a denotation that it won't sell forever, so keep your brand running. I think there's one key point missing here, and that's producing an emotional connection with your buyers. Chapter 3. Achieve more through teamwork. Team building is a continuous process and isn't something that goes inactive over time. If the team has to act successfully together as a group, the team constructing ought to start from early on when it's being formed and worked at continuously for the team to work and finish projects assigned to it. Let us now look at some tips on what forms an exceptional team and what takes them to the next level. The team members in the team ought to be aware of what is happening in reference to anything affecting the team. If anything of importance is materializing, everyone in the team ought to be made aware of the occurrence and how it's going to affect the team. The members of the team and the team leaders should have beneficial communication and be open at all times. Such open communicating is essential to build rapport among team members and for the evolution of trust. All the team members ought to be made aware of their duties towards the project. They ought to be apportioned truthful goals and be made to accomplish them with ease. Any help that's needed toward completion of their responsibilities ought to be supplied when demanded. The team leader ought to work hand in hand with the team members with beneficial time management and participation. Such participations won't only assist in getting the job accomplished effectively, the team leader will also know the advancement of the project firsthand, and this will likewise help build great rapport and trust. However, at the same time, the team leader shouldn't butt into the functions being accomplished by the other team members, as this will lead to friction and bitterness. As much independence in making decisions ought to be furnished with enough support from the periphery. The project will be a job that's achieved by the climax of the efforts of all the members of the team. This is like matching all the pieces of a puzzle to produce a big picture. In order to accomplish this, the parts ought to be properly matched in the correct place. If one isn't correct, the picture won't turn out right. For this reason, there should be a beneficial action design in place for the team to work in tandem and achieve the project cleanly. The team leader shouldn't be dominating over the other members of the team. Everyone ought to be an equal participant in the project and have their say in the preparation of plans. However, it ought to be the leader's last say in deciding the course of action after carefully hashing it out with all the team members. Team building ought to be a cautiously figured process, and these self-improvement tips ought to help. If attempts are taken to arrange the correct team and the team is worked at an individual level and collective level, it might run well as a group, and the joint attempts may be utilized to execute the required jobs without a great deal of issues. Chapter 4. Motivation is at the heart of a better business. Failure might sometimes be the reason why individuals change. Receiving failed grades make us recognize that we need to study. Debts remind us of our inability to look for a source of money. Getting humiliated gives us the push to speak up and fight for ourselves to save our face from the next embarrassments. It might be a bitter experience, a friend's tragic story, a good movie, or an inspiring book that will help us get up and acquire just the right amount of motivation we need in order to better ourselves and our business. What we must do, with the infinite negativities the world brings about, how do we keep motivated, accomplish your aspirations? Avoid negative individuals, things, and places. Roosevelt once said, "The future belongs to those who trust in the beauty of their aspirations." Trust in yourself, and in what you can accomplish. Think about things on every angle and aspect. Motivation derives from determination. To be able to understand life, you ought to feel the sun from both sides. Don't quit and don't give in. Enjoy. Work as though you don't need cash. Dance as if nobody's looking on. Love as though you never cried. Learn like you'll live forever. Motivation takes place if individuals are happy. Loved ones and friends are life's greatest treasures. Don't lose sight of them, give more. Where does motivation and self-reformation take place? At work? At home? At school? If you exert additional effort in doing things, hold on to your aspirations. They might dangle in there for a bit, but these little stars will be your drive. Dismiss those who attempt to destroy you. Don't let other individuals to get the best of you. Stay away from toxic individuals, the sort of friends who hate to hear about your success. Simply be yourself. The key to success is to be yourself. And the key to failure is to attempt to please everybody. Continue trying no matter how difficult life might seem. If a person is motivated, sooner or later he sees a harsh life finally clearing out, paving the way to self-improvement. Never lie, cheat or steal. Always play a fair game. Practice makes perfect. Practice is about motivation. It lets us learn repertoire and ways on how can we recover from our errors. Ready yourself. Motivation is likewise about preparation. Stop procrastinating, understand other people. If you know very well how to talk, you ought to also learn how to listen. Understand first. And to be understood the second, visualize it. Motivation without vision is like a boat on land, want it more than anything. Dreaming means believing, zero in on your aspirations and go for it. Chapter 5, Improve Your Marketing. Top sales pros affirm that it a great deal of the time takes 7 or more communications or sales messages before prospective buyers make a purchase. They in addition to that confirm that it's normally easier to sell to a referral, because somebody they know gave favorable testimonial about their products or services. What would come about if you combined both of these potent ideas? A nifty and thrifty two-step. Check out this two-step tip. Get creative. 1. Accumulate leads with your autoresponder. Ask for mailing addresses and phone numbers. 2. For additional ways to follow up with each individual. When you download the email digest of everyone's email addresses and additional information from those who asked for additional information from your autoresponder, follow up multiple ways. Send out postcards. Call. Mail or email sales letters and additional promotional pieces. 2. Release a price list of all the products and services that you provide in an insert, direct marketing package and /or .pdf to be made available through your autoresponder. You might likewise include order forms, product descriptions, and additional sales material. Then send to the individuals in number 1 above with monthly updates, announcements of recent sales and products/services, and a request for referrals. So why not improve your closing ratio and reach out even farther at the same time? Do the two-step. Chapter 6, Provide top customer service. Ideally, when you perform buyer service, it's done on a one-on-one basis with each of your customers. That works quite well in the offline world, but on the net, that simply won't do. Your customers are literally all over the earth, and there's no way that you can truly deal with each one of them in person. That's where an autoresponder comes in. Take care, buyer service with autoresponders is quite easy. When an order is placed, an autoresponder may send out the receipt for the sale, the info for accessing the product, and a thank you email. This occurs whether you're logged into your computer or on vacation in an exotic location. However, customer service doesn't always end right there, and if you're away from your PC, you might be letting your buyers down. For example, an elderly gentleman sees your product advertised and places an order. Everything runs through just fine, and he receives the receipt, the download info, and your thank you email. Your product is an ebook compiled into a PDF file. This certain gentleman doesn't understand what a PDF file is, and he has no clue what you mean by right-click to download. He needs additional buyer service for the product that he has bought, and there's nobody available to help him. Nobody but an autoresponder. Arrange an additional autoresponder that will send a list of frequently asked questions or issues that deal with buyer service or how to access the product. Likewise, arrange a support autoresponder. If he sends off a message to support, he ought to get an instant message back letting him know that his message has been received, and how shortly it will be addressed. This will supply him some measure of solace, and in most cases, he will wait that assigned time period for assistance. All the same, if he doesn't know how to download the product, and he sends off a message to support, and nothing occurs, he will most likely get very dissatisfied in a very short time period. The difference between a patient buyer and an irate buyer is one simple autoresponder message that can and should be set up in under 5 minutes. Truly think your ordering process through, and consider the potential issues that might occur for your buyers. Get an autoresponder set up to address those issues, and you'll find that your purchasers are more satisfied with your products. and exceedingly satisfied with your buyer service, all because your autoresponders handle their issues immediately. Wrapping up, values make us as an individual and define how we invest our time, energy, and cash. If our values are high, we may reach the limits of improving our personal and business life. Throughout our life, we choose what we want to do with our time. Time is crucial, since time runs out quick. For this reason you wish to invest time, spending your time wisely. Spending time wisely includes activities, entertainment, work, quality time, and so on. The average individual spends most of their day working. At the end of the day they return home to spend time watching TV or engaging in activities with the family. Regrettably, family is a thing of the past. If you wish to better your life, you are going to have to work in the family. To accomplish a time frame that works for everybody, try considering discovering new interests. If you discover fresh ideas, it will help you open the doors to success. Your directions in life are based on fresh ideas. For example, if you come home after work most times without spending time with the family, try practicing eating at the dinner table each night with your family. Don't allow room for excuses. As you eat together, take time to ask how each person's day went. This has proven to enhance relationships. If you enhance relationship, you're also building a new bridge to personal improvement. One of the biggest errors some individuals make is hanging out with poor influences. If you hang out with poor influences, you're wasting time. Your values are low, you'll have to build your values to better your personal and business life by changing company. You want to hang around with favorable influences. Finding fresh positive influences is a key to success. Anybody who thinks positive will rub off on you is right. To have new positive influences you have to learn communication skills. Don't be afraid to smile and say hi. There's nothing wrong with being friendly. One has to use good judgment, however, since this world is filled with foul characters that have harmful intents. In addition, many individuals nowadays fear friendliness. If you learn to communicate, however, you're building blocks that lead you to a happier future. Failure to communicate is among the leading reasons why businesses fail, relationships falter, and kids kill and so on. Communication comes in a lot of forms. Sometimes if you sit and listen as well as pay attention to gestures or body languages you learn best. Observation is the elemental key that helps you to gain successfully and learn to develop skills that lead you to improve your personal and business life. You have a lot of options. Take those options, use them to your advantage, and you're on the road to improving your business. Please hit the subscribe button for the support of our channel and share our videos for more new upcoming content. We are very happy to create new ideas and review for everyone. God bless and happy listening.